All right, we are live. Welcome to another episode of Community Talks, where I sit down with folks in the community and we just kind of discuss and talk comics. One of the people that I wanted to get on a while back was Robert Fordham, and he's very special in our community because he has a very, very unique collection. And he collects basic comic books and regular comic books, but he also collects foreign comic books. And so I kind of want to give you an opportunity to kind of explain how you got started, what are foreign comics, a little bit of the awareness for them, why they're neat, and kind of making a resurgence in the community.
All right. For all of you that don't know, I am a part of Tales from the Flip Side crew over on YouTube. That's another channel that I partner with a couple other guys that's in the foreign community as well. I started collecting comic books in 2014. Well, I got back into comics 2014, and I started getting heavy into maybe I can make some money while I do this to help fund the habit, like reciprocating thing of flipping and buying better comics. So one day I was on Flipside and a guy by the name of Matt Roybal came on and he started showing off certain books and it piqued my interest, but what really hit the point was he showed a Greek Black Panther #1 by Jack Kirby with the Greek going across the top. And I said, a lot of people don't have that. I think I'm interested. And then he kept going, and then he started showing more and more. And then he showed like a French Canadian Jungle Action 5. And I said, all right, I'm sold. I got to find this book. Excuse me. So at this point, I was like, I reached out to Matt Roybal. He put me on to Foreign Comic Collecting Magazine on Facebook as a group. Anybody can join up. I'm in it so heavy that I'm now one of the moderators too. So,
That's what's up.
Yeah, not only am I a client, I'm also the president too. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. So, believe it or not, there's not too many of us in the community that's collecting. So I see people pique their interest, but I know I'm probably one of the pillars in that community too. That's bringing awareness to it. The foreigners is definitely blowing up. There's a lot of books out there that people aren't aware of that I just discovered one yesterday, and I was just like, God damn it! Now I gotta find another one. But this is exciting. That's one thing I can say about it. It's definitely exciting.
When people talk about running out of things to collect, or I've kind of reached a tipping point, it's like, to find foreign books on a particular character is amazing, but also to find a book that is based off of a Black character, a Black lead in a foreign country is rare. Granted, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Let me know when you want me to start running your slides. But sometimes they change the color of the character, and this was at a specific time in history where they did not want to see a Black face on the comics and the covers, but sometimes they did. And It was just very, very interesting. But I think the dopest thing when we've had conversations in the past, there's been some Black Panther comics that are the covers are a little different, but it might be like a Jungle Action or a Black Panther, whatever. But they have a completely original story inside that us as African Americans, period, we've never read. And it's like, there's another story over there that's a part of as part of the fandom that we don't know anything about. So tell us a little bit about that before we start jumping into these pictures.
Yeah, that run you're speaking of is the Spanish non-canon, which is the Mexican, it's the Mac division, which the publication company was only around for maybe a solid decade or so. So even with that, it was short printed. They did their own stories. The first story mirrored an American story, but after that, they changed the verbiage of the conversation as well. But then after that, 3 or 4 issues later, they started doing a total different story. Like they started displaying some. One of the ones I read was, like Black Panther has ESP or something. Like he's able to, predict what you're going to do. And I was just like, so I'm like, that was in there. And I was just like, is that an American story? So I started doing research to try to figure it out. But, with all the other stuff going on, I never got a chance to finish it. But, this year I'm definitely going to, dig into that story a little more.
Speaking of digging into the story, man, I am excited about these slides. I know we got a lot of folks in the community that are visually stimulated. Let me go ahead and jump into the slides because some people have never actually seen, and sometimes it can be confusing from where the books are particularly from. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here.
Mm-hmm.
So we can jump into these docs. All right. Hopefully you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna try to adjust this. So this is the first one that you have here, and this is one of my favorite characters, which is Vixen. There's different versions, different pictures. I'm gonna try to see if I can zoom in a little bit better. Yeah, so this is Vixen. Tell us a little bit about these books that we got here on the screen.
All right, so for those that don't know, this is Action Comics 521, the first Vixen, Mari McCabe. And this character is special to me because this character came out on my birthday. I'm talking the week of July 10th, 1981. So 40 years ago, this character came out, and these books are, not really sought after, but I know it was hard for me to track down that one that says Gaunt, Geant. That's the French one. That one's a magazine size, and it took me a while to track that down. The Stalmanen, the Super Saiyan, and the Superman Extra. Those are all Nordic countries. And the size variations of the books, that's true to size. So that one to the far right, bottom right, that's a digest size. That's like the size of a TV guide almost.
Wow.
Yeah, and as you can see, as big as that, that's to the Gaunt, the Geant. That one is really that big compared to the others.
Wow. What's also interesting too, there's some original artwork on here to a certain extent. If you look in the background here, it's a little bit more defined versus back here. It doesn't have Lady Fox. Over here it does, but over here it doesn't. They took some creative liberties I'm seeing in the background. Well, it seems like they've highlighted some stuff here. They've kind of highlighted the guys a little bit, but tell me a little bit about some of the creative liberties that they've taken on these covers.
Yeah, well, honestly, that one you were looking at, the Superman one with the story is not in that one.
Whoa.
The fourth one to the right after Superman Extra, that's the Turkish. That doesn't even have the story in there. There's something completely different on the inside. They just used the cover.
Why would they? And it seems like that was probably something that they typically did. Can you explain why they would do that? Or was just maybe a marketing ploy, or what are we talking there?
I just saw the cover and I said I have to put in a set because it's there. If you look at a majority of these, some of them she's painted as a white woman. If you go down the Superman Gaunt, she's a white woman on that one. On the Turkish, she's a white woman, and like if you zoom in, you can see that she has a lighter complexion. Yeah, you can see it.
And Vixen is also known for being dark skinned, and and even over here in America, they've taken some liberties. We're gonna keep it pushing, gonna go down. So that tells us a little bit more about that. We zoomed in. This is where is this from?
This is a Spanish Navarro, Mexican.
Gotcha.
That's the digest size one.
That actually looks better than the one we have here in America because you can kind of see the background. That helps bring out the color in Vixen a little bit more. So, I mean, in my opinion, at least. All right, let me continue to scroll down. I think you just kind of broke them down. This is the one that we have. It's really, really dark. I mean, to find this at a 9.8.
Honestly, that's a Pence copy. If you look at the price, it's the Pence copy.
Oh, Pence. Okay,
UK.
UK, 15, Pence copy, UK. And you own all these, correct?
Yes, I own the set.
Wow. Lady Fox.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha. I like this. Is beautiful right here. Gorgeous. Beautiful. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that little bit pink in the background here. This is our copy.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is hard to find. This is basically a black cover for whatever it's worth. All right, Black Panther. Talk to us about this. Talk to us about these, man.
All right, true story. The La Penterra Negra, that's a Spanish Euro. Uh-huh. That one is an original cover painted by Lopez Espy. He's still alive and he still does covers, But in this case, that's the first foreign comic I bought on eBay. It was $20, and I was like, I like it. I already had the 9.0 graded, and then I saw that when I said, all right, I'm gonna get it. But then I finally got the Greek one, the one I talked about earlier, to the bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Greek. That's the Greek Cabanas Hellas Greek. Those are, I'm not going to say rare. I'm just going to say scarce because they don't come up often. The buying opportunity came and I bought it. So
the prices, I guess, they're going to vary depending on how scarce they with the print run, if we even know what the freaking print run was. But the scarcity in as well, what country, because I think some of these books I can get fairly cheap. They're probably not going to be in the greatest condition, but I can probably get some of these, depending on what country I'm in, for a decent price, for a solid price, right?
yes, I have to say that now with the awareness picking up, people know what they are. They know if it's a key, if it's a big cover, or if it's a key appearance. So you're going to pay a little bit more. But condition, when it comes to foreigns, you have to throw out the 9.8 mentality. You almost have to take on the golden age mentality. Finding a copy is first, condition second. So when it comes to these books, if you see it, you buy it if you love it. You're going to pay the price if you want it. Like I paid a good amount for that the UK Pence copy, the Black Panther one, the bottom left. That's the Pence copy, and that's the where it says all color. You know, the CL, the proper spelling of color, with the yellow banner across the top. That's the UK Pence, and that one I paid about probably $80 for, because you know, and you know,
I think I'm going to officially start. And I know people are like, oh, here Hershel's talking. No, but I think I'm going to officially start a small, mini, healthy little foreign a comic book collection, real small. I'm gonna take my time, and I'm really just gonna grab the covers that I like. Like for instance, for me, I mean, I'm a Jack Kirby fan. I mean, some of his art is very busy, but the Panther Negra, it's not as busy, and it's telling you a lot on that cover. What's going on? They got the guns drawn, and he's trying to grab this frog, but you almost feel like he's trying to protect the frog. On the other covers, you kind of get a little bit of a different tweak of a feel of what's going on. So, I mean, that's dope. That's cool. Let me go on to our next set. So, there's a Spider-Man cover here. Big Booty Gwen. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you're right. That's dope. So, tell me a little bit about this cover.
All right. Now, this copy in particular, I have it graded. I got a 9.4 on it. Now, with this cover, I can say nobody's going to beat that grade. So it's one of a kind. This one was a foul copy. This never touched the newsstand in Mexico. It belonged to the guy that ran La Prensa, that little green stamp in the left corner. You know, Hector Nava Garcia was the runner of La Prensa. And the guy that I bought this book from worked right under him. So this came out of his personal collection that he sold to me. So I got it graded. It's a 9.4, the highest graded La Prensa ever. So this book will never leave my collection. But if I couldn't even give it a price point. But I grabbed it because, you know, the word booty was in it. You know, the booty thing came up, and I said, you know what? If I find it for cheap, I'm gonna get it.
Wait. The big booty, the booty part is actually in the book?
No. Look at the cover. You can see that. You know, Gwen Stacy's been drawn as a skinny woman. This one.
Oh, you're talking about aesthetically and what she looks
like. The cover.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know, in the Spanish culture, they didn't draw skinny women anyway. So every cover that Gwen is on is always a sexy woman on the cover. And the guy that drew this, his name is Jose Luis Duran, and he drew a lot of ads for like perfumes and you know, certain shows that were in town, and all the women he drew were modeled after someone that was thick or curvaceous or however you want to classify it. But this one is deemed as a cover grab, as, you know, the big booty Gwen, because most shots of Gwen, she's either to this side or being swung around by Spider-Man. And this one, she's prominent on the cover. The first thing your eyes draw to is like, wait, when did Gwen get a butt? What is this?
Yeah, what the heck is this? Yeah. What was I gonna say? So let me keep moving down. Now, see, this is the actual issue, where it was the first time for me that I actually saw some foreign copies. And I remember going to CBSI and folks were kind of going crazy. I think about 4 years ago, and I'm not in on the foreign scene as heavy as you, but about 4 years ago, I started seeing people say, "Yo, this is the next big thing to get on," and I was like, "Oh man, where am I going to find?" This is where I was super casual at collecting comics, and to a certain extent, in certain areas, I still am. But this was the first time I've ever seen a foreign comic, and this was right here. It's pretty dope too. Talk to us a little bit about this.
Honestly, hold on. I got one right here. Hold up. This one's a reprint. As you can see, this is kind of newer. This one was printed as a English translation on the inside. These are on eBay for probably about $79-$80. So, you know, if you want to get a copy, you might. This is the readily available one you can probably get your hands on. But that one that's in the slide, that's the original. That's the non-canon. That is where Peter Parker had a daydream that he married Gwen Stacy. And that's why everybody's like, oh man, a non-canon story. Everybody wants to see it because, you know, in the comics, in the comics, Peter Parker never gets a chance to marry Gwen Stacy because she dies.
Yeah, she does.
In Mexico, the reason why this is considered non-canon is because they printed out La Prensa bi-weekly. So in America, it was printed out once a month. So by the time the Mexican pressers reached where Gwen Stacy dies in 120 and what is it? What's the issue she dies? 129. By the time they reached the American run, they said, "Wait, what do you mean y'all killed her off? We want to keep going." So they started printing stories that she lived on past, you know, Green Goblin. So in this case, 180 is a part of the non-canon because she's alive inside of this one. You know, it runs all the way up to 185.
Gotcha.
180 in the La Prensa, 185 is like the last issue of La Prensa on Spider-Man. So
gotcha.
129.
Right. Yeah. And I noticed that you had this in the slide. This is another picture of Vixen. Is this something that you want to take note for this, or?
Yeah, this one, the very next slide is, you know, I showed the variations of like how Vixen looks on the cover. I kind of put that front and center.
Like, yeah, I like that one. It's a different variation. She's got a white face but a black skin. Well, I guess this is, I don't know if that's part of her costume or her skin, but that's obviously a white face.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right. So this one I've seen 100 times. This is Storm. This looks like almost Arabian type deal. Talk to me about this.
This is an Indonesian bootleg.
Indonesian. Okay.
Now,
so all you Storm fans, everybody's been going crazy over Storm lately. Yeah, this is Storm version of Indonesia. It's almost like Jesus in different countries. You got white Jesus in America. You got a certain Jesus, just different complexion. But go ahead.
Yeah, so the story inside of this one is the part of the Hellfire Club story. So in this one, on the inside, if I ever show the inside picture of it, I'm afraid of taking it out the bag because of how old it is. So on the interior, she's a black woman, but on the cover, she's, you know, lighter skin of that culture. So it's appealing to the culture that's there versus the true story of it. As you can see, there's no X-Men, there's no Marvel, no iconography nowhere on the front cover. You just kind of see the character and know who it is just by the costumes. So
is this a
not licensed?
It's not licensed. This is like the knockoff version.
That's why it's bootleg. That's why you don't see Marvel. Gotcha. That's why you don't see like Aurora Monroe. You don't see Wolverine's name anywhere. It's just Storm. They just threw that on there.
So I'm assuming this is Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Cyclops, and that almost looks like Quicksilver. Almost. Yeah. But I guess that might be Magneto, Quicksilver. I don't know who the hell that is. You don't know either? Who knows?
Who knows?
All right. So we got some Batgirl, Batman love here. We got some Gambit stuff down here at the bottom. Let me see if I can zoom in this a little bit more. There we go. So yeah, we got some Batman bat stuff here. I've got a Gambit #1. It's probably a 5/5. I mean, not a Gambit #1, but first appearance of Gambit. And also, a lot of folks don't know that is Storm right there, correct?
Yep.
So Gambit is pretty freaking old. Technically he should be, but nobody talks about that. But what else we got here? I do have a She-Hulk. Wow, you got a lot of, and all this stuff is yours.
This is all in my collection.
Yes. You're not just doing what some people do, just show comics like this there. This is actually stuff that you have went out and gotten. Wow.
The 3.0 in the background, that's an Australian Yaffa, thus far. And I'm just saying this because of copies I've tracked. There's only 3 in the US. One guy's in Canada. Another guy I sold this 3.0 to because he's a fellow She-Hulk fan. And I have one. I found a better copy that I haven't got graded yet. So that right there, that 3.0, the Yaffa is probably the rarest She-Hulk on the planet. If I had to give it
planet, folks, you heard it first.
Say that with confidence. That's not easy at all. I've been in the game for 4 years now, and I've only seen it twice, and I bought them both times.
Wow. And this is the regular American She-Hulk right here.
That's the 9.6 is the regular.
Is this leaving your collection anytime soon because of the flip that's going to come up? Nope. You gonna hold on. So you a She-Hulk fan? You a She-Hulk guy?
Yes, I am.
I had to ask you because I have a She-Hulk. It is raw. I paid $20 for it. It's probably an 8.85 somewhere in there, and I'm thinking about letting it go. But I kind of like She-Hulk. The show's dope. I actually might hold on to it. Here's some forums you have here at the bottom. I like this wording right here on this one.
Yeah.
It says Miss She-Hulk here, Miss Hulk here. I actually kind of like that too. Miss Hulk.
Those three together are the Nordic countries. The one with the black banner, Miss Hulk, that's the French trade paperback, which is thicker, has 3 stories in it. The one to the right is a regular French, where it just has that issue inside. And the one to the far right is a Spanish. And the homages is like the zombie cover. And that's a Street Fighter one right there. She belongs.
Yo, but I should better get the Street Fighter one. Is that one gonna hit me? I'm just gonna buy this one for the cover. I don't even know what the story is about. I don't care. I like Blunder.
There's no story in there. It's just pictures of Street Fighter characters. It's not really a story. It's just the homage that I grabbed it for. But that's hard to find too.
Really?
It's not really readily available either.
Yeah. I wanted to pick that one up, but all right, let's keep it pushing. We try to keep this video short because I know this is a lunch. I ain't trying to get nobody fired. Oh man, I posted this book up about a month or 2 ago on the page. I don't know if you're the one who got it, but somebody picked it up. It was cheap. It was like between 20 or $40. I remember this is the first appearance of Falcon. Yeah. But what country is this?
This is Spanish. Yeah, Spanish. This is a Mundi Comics, I believe.
And this one is in a better condition than my freaking Falcon that I have.
Yeah,
which is interesting. My American Falcon that I have. This is nice though, and I you know what? I'm gonna probably get laughed at, but I don't mind the color variation here on Falcon.
That's the reason why it stands out. Even the original is like he's in a green costume, but this color fits a little better than the original.
Okay, well I do mind the yellow glove. Maybe the yellow glove would have been Infinity Gauntlet. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's a conspiracy we can.
I think they did it for the bird thing because people wear the glove over the hand when they have a falcon on their arm. So that might be that might be the glove that he used to walk around with the falcon. So okay,
yeah. I remember that necklace he wore too. That necklace was dope. Captain America. You got to have a white face on there to sell the books, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the orange. Okay, cool. What else we got down here? We got another Spidey book.
This is a Yugoslavian.
Wow.
Yeah, which this is a history thing because Yugoslavia don't exist anymore.
It sure doesn't. So this book is probably just that much more sought after.
Yeah, it's tough to get a hold of them. You got to find people in country. You got to see if they selling things of that nature.
All right, swimsuit edition here, or am I wrong?
Nah, we're gonna talk about that one at a later date.
Okay.
This is not safe for work to talk about.
This is mature.
Let's just say it's Spider-Man involved. There it is.
Okay.
I gave a clean page so you can see it, but that's
clean Spider-Man. Page. So this is Japanese, Chinese, or what? Korean? Where we at? What country we in?
Japanese Playboy with Spider-Man comics on the inside. As you can see,
And
it's a
this
Marvel
is
Comics group.
right. It's copyright. So what Marvel? This Marvel approved?
Yes.
Okay, Disney gonna have to. Well, Disney gonna have to come talk to me about this one. Granted, Disney didn't own them back then.
You won't
but
see this. You won't see this on Marvel 616. They talked about everything else but this.
You want to find this? Gotcha. All right, what else we got here? Oh yeah, we got. I knew this was whoa. We got some issues with the color palettes here. Maybe it was a print error. Nah, this is on purpose for sure. Talk to me about these Nubias, man.
Well, one, I love this set because it's a lot of history here. But first cover appearance of Nubia, and where you see her skin. The Wonder Girl is the German. The Super Club Classic, that's the Dutch. Marvila, that's the Mexican Navarro. The World's Finest is an Australian. That's the magazine size to kind of give you the comparison. So, yeah, these, and I didn't update this picture, but I have the Brazilian one too. It says Super Amigos across the top. That's a Brazilian.
Where's this from?
That's German.
It's interesting that she's probably out of all of these, with the exception of this one. Well, maybe it's just the way this one almost looks the darkest for Nubia.
Yeah, that copy is really clean, and I was fortunate to find that for a decent price. Like, it looks better than the American if I had to really give it context.
It does, because you have the yellow. I think the American has a white background, so it really pulls out that color for you. I'm talking like I'm an artist. So if I want to today, after I get off this video with you, we got people out here watching, and we're gonna have people that's gonna watch this show for times to come. I know you're not gonna give us your fishing hole where you probably go, but we all know you can go on eBay and purchase all this stuff. But is that the best place to start for this? Where's the best place to start? If I got some cash right now, I want to get me a Nubia foreign, Black Panther foreign. Where should I go right now?
Join the Facebook group. I mean, you're gonna have to separate yourself from eBay, because eBay is I scroll for it, I find it, I click it, buy it, and it gets to my house in a couple of days. In this case, you're gonna have to turn on that reaching out and talking to people, being able to communicate, all of those beautiful things in order to really get a hold of these books, because you have to build a relationship. I talk to people all over the world, all various times of the day, and that's kind of how this goes. You have to build that relationship with people in country to really get your hands on these books. So, foreign comic magazine, click it. One of the moderators will let you in, and you could just take a picture of the book you're looking for. Hey, can I, how many countries has this book? Start off with that question. The community is more than willing to help. That's how I got them. I have never left the state to get any of these books. It's all built on relationships. So
some people think you might have to do some traveling.
Because these places, they don't have a known comic book store like we have the luxury of here. You gotta go to bodegas, flea markets, swap meets. People selling these out of their private collections, like that Marvila, the Marvila Nubia 206. Someone sold me that from their personal collection in Mexico. That's not readily available.
You're just not gonna run out to Mexico and just get lucky and go to a comic and just find that. You're just not.
Nope.
Don't work like that.
Not gonna stumble across it like, oh snap, here's a Nubia. No, you're gonna have to literally go looking.
Gotcha. Well, man, I appreciate. We're gonna this is part one. We're definitely gonna have to talk again, because I know this is just a corner of your closet, a corner of your collection of the stuff that you have. But I just think that when we're going out and we're talking and we're posting stuff, let's not forget about the foreign comics, because being Black in America and finding your likeness on comics is starting to get more of a normal thing. We're just starting to have that feeling of walking to the comic book store and seeing our face on comics. And for our non-melanated listeners and watchers, you probably will never realize that you've been born into always seeing yourself everywhere. But if you can also find yourself overseas on the front of a cover, wow! I mean, it's not that they should be applauded for it, but it's something that we kind of want to obtain, because it's very, very rare. there's a rarity that comes with that. I'll let you have the closing remarks, and we'll go ahead and get on out of here so let folks go back to work.
Believe it or not, if you go to your local comic shop, a lot of times they might have a foreign comic. Just in other words, I'm glad at the fact that I was able to jump in early, but even vendors here in the U.S. are starting to become hip to what a foreign is, and they start holding on to it. You might pay $40 for it, but never be afraid to ask your LCS. You don't know what comes across their desk or whatever they buy collections. So you might find it here in the U.S. But if you do, everybody knows my IG is right there below my name. When you see it, reach out. I try to respond as soon as I see it. But if not, I'll definitely get back to you within 24 hours or so to let you know, like, hey, that is an international edition, not a reprint, because a lot of these came out around the same time as the American. But we'll get into that at a later date.
Yeah, we definitely gonna chop it up later. We got all year, and I know that you're gonna grab some other stuff out there. I think I'm going to try to get a Nubia foreign, and I think I'm gonna try to get at least one Black Panther foreign to kind of get myself started out. Last question, and this has nothing to do with comics. Mm-hmm. What about foreign Black action figures? Have you ever even thought about that?
I have.
I mean, there'll probably be knockoff. There'll probably be the stuff that you see in memes and
G.I. Joe stuff like Roadblock. Yeah, they are out there. There's a Brazilian one. There's a Turkish one. There's a Spanish one. There is some of those out there. But as far as anything beyond that, I haven't really dug that deep into it because I'm trying to keep my comics. I can keep concealed. The action figures sit out prominent, so it's kind of hard to keep track of all of them. But I do dabble outside of that to see what's out there. But the foreign lens for me, I'm looking abroad to see what else is out there that represents.
Gotcha. Well, man, I appreciate your time. Thank you for your time. Again, let us know where we can find you on Instagram. Let us know about your plug us. You go ahead and plug all your social medias real quick.
All right. For those know who I am already, I'm Rob's Comics 81 on Instagram, Facebook, Robert Fordham. I'm in a group with the fine gentleman Hershel here, the Black Comic Lords. I'm in Black Superheroes too. I'm on Whatnot, same tag. Whatnot is the new app out now. It's like a QVC of comics. You bid live, you get to comment. I get to talk about the books, things of that nature. I am going to be doing a foreign weekend on the 14th and 15th. I have it posted on my Instagram. If you look, I am going to be selling nothing but foreigns. So you might not.
So you'll be selling some of these Black books?
Some.
Okay. Oh, Whatnot or just on an auction?
It's on Whatnot. It's an auction. I put it up. You got 3 minutes to bid on it.
I tell you what we do, man. Go ahead and plug whenever you get ready. Take your time. Plug it in this space. Plug it in BSF. That way our members can go over. At least we can buy it from a brother. We know who you are. We know where we're getting it from, and it's already in America, so we don't have to pay the international cost for that. So we have one of the questions that I saw popped up. I'm trying to keep the time compressed. What is your top grail that you've acquired or that you're like on the hunt, like trying to fish to get?
My foreign grail, I say
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up if you don't have
the Black Panther bootleg. I've been looking for that one for a moment, but I know my new grail I want to acquire is it's an Australian Yaffa again. It's the first Killmonger. It's a digest-sized Jungle Comics.
Oh yeah. Post that. Well, I probably won't be able to get to it in time. Post both of those if you got an image. Well, you might not want to post it in there because someone might grab it. Yeah, I saw that one. Jungle Beast. That's actually clean.
That's a digest size.
That's clean. Jungle Beast.
That's my new grail that I'm looking for.
Let me see if I can pull it up on Google real quick.
Did you just say Google? It's not on there.
Nah, it's not. You can if you would like, you can post it in the group, man. I know you don't want to sound all the alarms, and folks will be out there grabbing it before you do, man. So I get it. I understand.
I got people in country looking. Yeah, I can show it all I want. This is when it shows up. You have the money for it. Is the question.
You gotta have the money for it. Dang, that's actually a clean company, yo. All right, man. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you.
All right. Everybody be blessed out there. Stay safe.
Yeah, y'all stay safe. All righty.